guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Doria. If you guys are new here, I create hair, lifestyle, self-care content. So if that's of interest to you, please hit the subscribe button down below and leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video. But before we get to the video, I did want to show the finished product and just how I kind of like wrap my hair to kind of keep it preserved at night. This is how the hairstyle ended up turning out. Again, these are medium-sized box braids with curls at the end, and I really actually love the style. I think it's really perfect for summer and perfect for spring since we're approaching that now. Yeah, very quickly, the specs of the hair. This is the M4 27 and 613, which I showed in the expression package packet in the earlier part of the video. I used about 2 to 3 packs, sort of. I kind of went back and forth because I did have some hair left over that I just saved, but 2 to 3 packs of the 3 bundle packs, if that makes sense. So 3 bundles in 1 pack, so I used about 6 bundles. And I'm not really sure how many braids I do have in my hair, but I'll tell you the amount of rows, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're about like 9 rows in my head, but out of all of that, I probably, they're about 9 rows in my head, and then as far as like the amount of braids in those rows, I'm not sure. I just made them a medium-sized length because I didn't want too many in my hair, especially since they had these curls at the end. I didn't want it to be too full, but I wanted to keep it medium and not too much going on. But I actually really love how this style turned out. I think it's super cute and super girly and flirty, sort of. It kind of makes me look like a poodle, but a kind of like a cute poodle, sort of. So I do have my hair pinned up right now. So it's got this little claw clip at the back. So obviously very easy, very versatile style. I'll show you guys what it looks like down. Hold on. So this is what the hair looks like completely down. It is a little full, like I said, the ends do have the curls. If you were to go straight down to the end, only leave like a little bit of the curl. I don't know how you would do that with the perm rod, but you might be able to like braid it or kind of finesse it however you want to. But this is how the hair looks completely down. Super bouncy and just super cute. And then how I would probably wear it is flipped to the side most of the time. And yeah, this is how it looks. I think this turned out super cute. I love the color on me. I think this color would look great on anybody. And it's super easy to kind of keep and make sure that you're protecting your hair at night, which leads me to my next point. All you're gonna need to make sure that your hair is basically as safe, or not safe, as protected as possible when you're sleeping is probably like a satin scarf. A satin scarf to put on your hair to make sure okay, let me backtrack. So basically all you're gonna need for bedtime when you're about to go to sleep to protect your hair and make sure that the style stays as long as possible is your mousse. So this is gonna be like the first step. Just make sure that you, or whatever you're gonna do, put it in your hair, put it in your palm of your hand and make sure you run it through your scalp and the actual tresses of the hair. And then I just go in and put a satin scarf over top to make sure that this part lays as flat as possible. And no extra frizzing. I mean, your hair is gonna frizz, but no extra frizzing happens, I guess, for as long as possible. And then I just put a satin bonnet over top and I go to sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you do like it, please be sure to leave a like button down below. Be sure to subscribe and let me know what other styles you guys might want to see from me. I like experimenting with some of these new styles, so I'm more than happy to try anything that you guys might be wanting to see. I will stop talking now and let you guys get into the actual video. First step is blow dry your hair, but then after that you're gonna get your actual hair, which I have the Expressions hair in M4 27, 613, and 4. Well, I guess I said that already, but there is the color breakdown. But this hair is gorgeous, you guys. I absolutely love it. It was super easy. It didn't like tangle up and just get matted. So far, so good. But what I'm doing now is just kind of separating the hair to make sure that it's mixed as well as possible. It was mixed right out of the pack, but I just wanted a little bit more mixture because I felt like some segments of hair, like there was more 27 and then there was more 613, like clustered together. But I'm just mixing that and then getting 4 sections of hair, medium sized. And this is kind of irrelevant because I didn't even use this track. But on to step 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and part my hair. I've already blow dried it. This is the next day. So I'm just combing it out so I can get prepared to part it. And these are the products that I did use. That is a stupid end of a rat tail comb that I broke off, but I'm still using it. So just going to go ahead and part my hair and I will come back whenever I am on to the next step. So it is the next day. Actually, it's not the next day. Actually, it is the next day, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get my products together. I have the Let's Jam to make sure that my hair is molded, and then the rubber bands, and moving on to step 4, which is actually getting the braids installed. So as you can see, I sectioned my hair into 3 sections, gelled those down, and I'm gonna take the first piece of hair, kind of looped, put that in the center. This is going really fast, but put that in the center and start the braid. I'm starting it off with the actual extension and not just my hair. But I'm going to continue that down while I'm adding pieces of hair. And I'll show you guys more in detail or up close when I get to the top of my head. But I did just want to show you guys the first braids. I'm just going to continue that, put a rubber band on it to mark my place, and move on. So I'm almost over halfway done and showing you guys up close. So I take 1 piece of hair and put that in between 2 strands of hair that I've sectioned out of the 3. And then I'm going to begin my braid with the actual extension in my hair. So I'm starting it off at the root. So I'm going to braid down about 2 to 3 times before adding in my next piece. And I'm going to add that into the piece that doesn't already have an extension attached to it, if that makes sense. And I'm going to continue to do that, going down about 2 to 3, maybe 4 times. And then I'm going to add another piece. And then I'm going to continue to braid down all the way down until you get to your desired length. And then that's when I added the rubber band to make sure that I knew when to kind of cut off or cut the hair, because this hair was about 52 inches. But I did use a rubber band and just kind of lightly tie that at the ends. So now moving on to another piece, which should be a little bit closer up, but again, start with the extension in between 2 pieces of your hair that you've already sectioned out and begin the braid that way with the extension. You can begin the braid with your hair and then just add the hair in if you please, but I wanted it at the root. So I'm going to add another piece of hair in after braiding down about 2 to 3 times and continue to do that, going all the way down until I'm ready to rubber band at the end because it's reached my desired length. Alright, so now that I am done, I'm clipping that last bit off and taking a quick smoothie break because I actually had eaten. But I'm going to go and get my perm rods now. So where I said that I rubber band my hair to make sure it stopped at the length that I wanted, I took those rubber bands out and then put the flexi rod on, because when we dip our hair, you don't want for your hair to have a bend in it where the rubber band is. So I'm just going to cut those kind of stray pieces away before I dip them in, dipping them in. And I'm probably going to leave it in there for about like 10 to 15 seconds to make sure that it stays. This actually looks bad, but I promise it's not. But I'm letting go of the perm rods and kind of clipping any last minute strayaways, and then going to do that to the other side of the hair. Now that the hair is dipped and I've kind of dabbed it off with a towel, I'm going to let it rest for a bit before I do too much, but I am going to apply some mousse to the top of my hair and then just kind of spread it throughout my scalp and onto the actual braids themselves, and then put my satin scarf on top to make sure that it kind of just lays as flat as possible. Now we are done. This is again the next day, and I've styled it like a half up, half down, and I also did it in a banana clip, which kind of makes me look like Pam Anderson, honestly. Hey, so one thing I forgot to mention was whenever you do dip the hair, one thing I did notice is after I put the perm out in, dipped it in the hot water and let it sit and then take it out. Let it sit for, I would say, about 2 to 3 minutes after you kind of like dab it off with the towel. And then once you take it out, if you want to, you don't have to, but it will possibly unravel. I just used a little dab of glue on the ones that I was noticing was unraveling. And then if you want to later on, as you're wearing the style and it's more worn, you can just dab little dots of glue wherever it is that is kind of coming loose. But did just want to throw that tip out there. I will let you guys go and see you guys in the next one. Bye.